Hi everyone, this is Miss Brown. We are working in our 4th grade book for our 4th graders, and you want to be on lesson 4, Analyze Literature, and it can be found on page 44, and it should look like this, and I'll give you a couple seconds to get there. Alright, now that you're on that page, we're going to look at comparing and contrasting. Now remember, compare means you're looking for similarities between things, and contrasting means you're looking at the differences. Now that can be similar to your Venn diagram, which is found right here. So the two circles, right? So this would be one thing you're comparing, this would be another person, that would be their differences, and then you put their similarities where the two circles overlap. Alright. Now, remember, this could also be your self-to-text connections that we make in class, right? Because you're comparing yourself to the characters in the book and what's happening. So think about that, because you could also compare yourself to the book in that way. Now, when we compare and contrast characters, you're looking at how the characters behave and their personalities and what they do in situations. Then when you're comparing and contrasting settings, you are looking at, it says in your paragraph, the weather, the location, and the time of day, right? You're looking at all the different settings and different things that you know. It can also be where it takes place. Also, you can look at the characters' dress and speak and what activities they do, and that will also give you the clue to the time period, right? Because fashion changes and things that we do change too. So what happened years ago is not the same thing that we do today, right? We don't drive the same type of cars because the cars have changed over time. Also, how we dress is not how we've dressed in the past, and as you can look at the fashion and see how it's changed through the years, right? You could even bring in social studies and look at timelines. There's some timelines out there of how things have changed. Then you have compare and contrast plots, and they give you different things to look at for that in there. And then themes. Remember, when you compare and contrast themes, you're looking at what the author wants you to get away from the story. What are you taking away from the story? Then you have compare and contrast points of view. Now remember, first person uses I and me and my, and third person uses he or she or they. So when you read something in first person, it's through their point of view, and you're kind of only seeing their point of view, but when you see third person, it's a narrator that's not in the story, and so it can tell you what all of the characters are kind of thinking throughout, but it's going to use he or she because it's not that person talking. Then when you flip your page, you have a compare and contrast checklist, and you should be familiar with checklists because we use them when we look at our stuff for grading. So you need to look through here. You can use this checklist for when you compare and contrast. And then we're going to look into our language spotlight, which is multiple meaning words. The definition it gives you is a multiple meaning word is a word that has more than one meaning, right? So in that example, it uses staples. It says, Dad bought flour and sugar and other kitchen staples, right? Because flour and sugar you kind of need for anything you do with baking, right? And some cooking uses it, right? So it's a staple. You always kind of need it. If you're going to bake something, you need it. So you have your staples there. But then you also have staples that you staple pieces of paper together, right? To put two pieces together, you use your stapler and you staple them together. Another one is leaves, right? She leaves the room, or the students were playing in the leaves that had fallen to the ground. As another example, think of other words that have multiple meanings but are spelled the same. Have fun. When you get through here, you're going to have another story to read and questions to answer, followed by some other stories to read and other questions to answer. Have fun and enjoy the rest of your day.